All right, boys and girls, we got week 18 of the circa $1 million contest, final week of the season. Coming off a 4-1 week in week 17. That puts us at 49, 35, and 1 on the season. We are not going to be able to go for first place. We will do our best to try to cash, but it's going to be tough, boys and girls. Just started off, had a few bad weeks early, otherwise been really good. 9 of the last 10 weeks we've been 3-2 or better, so it's been good to end the second half of the season, but just a few weeks really hurt us. But it's all good. Let's close this out. Let's try to get at least obviously at the minimum a 3-2 week, ideally 4-1 or 5-0 week. I feel good. Once again, I do feel good about the slate. I think this is another 4-1 week at least. So yeah, let's just get right into it. So game 1, week 18, we got the Jacksonville Jaguars versus the Indianapolis Colts. The Colts are a 5-point favorite here. Jags 4-12, coming off a 2013 win versus Tennessee, and then the Colts 7-9, coming off a 45-33 loss to the Giants. Obviously, the Jaguars have no reason to play here. The Colts, I think, do want to get this win. I think Flacco is one of those guys that can play really good and then have some turnovers. But if he can control the ball, they can win by double digits here, and I see that here. And so I'm taking the Colts -5. All right. Game 2, we got the Carolina Panthers versus the Atlanta Falcons. Falcons are an 8-point favorite. Panthers coming off a 48-14 loss to the Bucs. They got completely spanked there. And then Falcons 30-24 loss to Commanders in overtime. This game is at home for Atlanta. I think Michael Penix, obviously, he's a rookie, barely got a few starts. At home will be much better. I think they still want to win. They have an outside chance to win and make the playoffs, but it's going to be tough with Buccaneers with their week, game next week against New Orleans. But I still think the Falcons play really well, and I really like them, and I'm taking the Falcons -8. All right, game 3, we got the Seattle Seahawks versus the Los Angeles Rams. Seahawks are a 6.5-point favorite. Seahawks 9-7, coming off a 6-3 win versus the Bears on Thursday night. They are 6-1 on the road, something to note. Their playoff hopes are over. This game doesn't mean anything. Rams 10-6, coming off a 13-9 win versus Arizona. Will be resting their starters. I like Seattle to come out. I mean, they're going to play their full team, and I think they win here, even though they're on the road. And I like Seattle -6.5. All right, game 4, we got Minnesota Vikings versus the Detroit Lions. Lions are 2.5-point favorites. The game of the week, Vikings 14-2, coming off a 27-25 win versus the Packers. They were up big, and then Packers put up some points in the second half. Lions 14-2, coming off a 40-34 win versus the Niners. Didn't look good early on, but came back and won this game on the road. Should be a really good game here. Obviously, I mean, Lions are the better team in my opinion. They're at home here. Obviously, this game is very, very important, but the Lions defense is not looking good. That's the tricky part of their defense is not looking good. And as much as I like the Lions, and I'm going to roll with the Vikings here. I think the Vikings are going to come out on top, and so I'm taking Minnesota +2.5. All right, game 5. We got the New York Giants versus the Philadelphia Eagles. Eagles are 2.5-point favorites. Giants 3-13, coming off a 45-33 win versus the Colts. Eagles 13-3, coming off a 41-7 win versus the Cowboys. Eagles, word out is they are gonna sit Saquon Barkley, so he's not gonna go for the record. Giants honestly got nothing to play for. They do not want to get 4 wins. They want to stay at 3 wins to have a chance at the number 1 pick. But I like the Eagles here. I think even Tanner McKee, the backup QB, is going to play well. I think they want to get that 14th win, even though it doesn't matter. And so I like the Eagles here. I'm taking the Eagles minus 2.5. Yeah, so once again, we are 49, 35, and 1 on the season. So hopefully we can get to, say 4 wins. We can end 53, 36, and 1. That would be nice. So I feel good about this slate. Should be a good week. Check out the weekly episode of NFL Week 18. That's already out. And then we'll see you guys next week for Wild Card Weekend. That'll be next week. So this will be the last week of the Circa $1 Million Contest. All right, good luck, boys and girls. We'll see you guys next week.